Hello everybody and welcome to our next part of Backstage Pass. This is one of the different routes that we will, Green and I will be playing. By the way, this is purple if you didn't know already, and by the thumbnail and stuff, and this is going to be John's route. So basically what we're going to do here is continue on to this route. There's still going to be some repeated stuff between Green and I's playthroughs, but that is something that will just happen. Anyways, so we left off on this choice, the very first choice that you make, and this is the choice for John. This influences how John perceives you, I should say. So, should I go with him? I shall accept his offer. That's kind of something that you do if you want to spend time with someone, although Sean at the moment does not. I really don't want to accept anything from John, but practicality wins out. The sooner I get back, the sooner I can sleep. Fine, why not? Let's go.
Well then, let's get you back, shall we?
The ride back feels uncomfortably quiet.
I hope work went well for you today. Don't be shy.
Are you trying to aggravate me?
No.
He responds placidly. You know, I'm not good with people like you are. I get scared when there are too many people around.
If you think I'm good with people, I must be a better actor than I thought.
You're not scared when you film, are you?
I'm terrified.
He almost looks hurt that I'd suggest anything else.
Acting is about being vulnerable, about showing the most raw parts of yourself and hoping that people don't walk all over it. When I was first cast as Knight, I was certain that everyone would hate my performance. At that point in time, I was entirely unheard of. I spent hours pacing back and forth in my tiny flat, wondering if I even should have accepted the role in the first place. Ruined my career entirely.
And the first part of that line was not voiced. Time to put on my British accent, and it was the chance to finally be known, or ruin my career entirely. There we go. But I thought everyone loved you as Knight.
Everyone but me. Every time I watch it, I see things that make me cringe. There's a lot I would do differently now. Still, there's no sense in dwelling on the past. Onward and upward.
I'm sure you did great.
You haven't seen it.
I'm afraid not, sorry.
No need to apologize. It's not a requirement to know me. I don't think it aired outside of the UK anyway.
I've seen DVDs on sale around here. I'd like to check it out.
Don't bother unless you like fantasy and Brits. You don't have to watch it on my account.
I like fantasy. Depends with the Brits. There's some really weird English shows. Really weird. Although, I guess not quite as weird as some of the weird violent shows that are in America, I guess. But, you know, it's all in how you like things, I guess. You sound like you don't want me to see it.
The character Knight is such a legendary hero, I'm rather eclipsed by him. I suppose that I'm trying to escape from him. But after 3 seasons, it's difficult to get audiences to see me as anyone else.
His eyes grow distant, and for a moment, I see a hint of disappointment on his face.
But the truth is, if I can't escape the image of a single character, then I'm not a good enough actor. But that's neither here nor there. This is your university, yes?
Yeah, this is it. Thanks. I head straight to bed as soon as I get back to my dorm. Today was much more exhausting than I expected. The added surprise of seeing John was especially exhausting. He didn't seem that mad at me, but I still get the feeling he looks down on me. I just want to forget about him. Well, sorry, Jean. Considering the route we're trying to get, you're not going to be forgetting about him anytime soon. Just putting that out there. Sorry, Jean. That's not happening. Thankfully, it's a Friday night, so I get the luxury of sleeping in for once. I turn my alarm clock off, pull the covers over my head, and fall asleep within a few minutes. I wake up with a jolt. How long have I been asleep? Am I late for class? No. Today is Saturday. I sigh and sink back into my bed. Sleeping sounds like a really good idea right about now. I notice my phone blinking. Oops, I must have gotten a text message while I was asleep. I grab my phone and check the messages. Got a potential job for you. Yeah, oh boy, I've got a weird accent for this guy, I guess. I don't know. Come see me at the coffee shop on Main and 21st, noon this Wednesday. Alright, thanks, Benny boy. And that's my little nickname for him, if you did not know this. He is Benny boy to me. So, that's fun. I fire off a reply to Benito. Wow. I fire off a reply to Benito, then toss my phone back on the table and stare at the ceiling. I can't believe I'm this tired. It feels like this past week has been nothing but work, homework, and sleep. Is that all there's going to be from now on? My phone rings. I roll over and reach for it, but it's just out of my grasp. I'm sure everyone has had these days. I'm fairly certain. I crawl to the edge of my bed and stretch for it. Ow. My face and the carpet are now close friends. Or close, at least. On the bright side, I managed to grab my phone on the way down. I flip it open. Hello? I attempt to mask the pain in my voice, but I'm not terribly convincing. Sean, honey, are you alright? Huh? Oh, I'm fine. I just fell off the bed. Are you hurt? I'm fine. What's up? Your father's awake. That's great. Do they know what happened? At the moment, the doctors think it was just exhaustion. They had to let a few people go, so your father has been pulling extra shifts. As if they're not overworked already. Mom sighs. Tourism has been down. The hotel isn't making as much as it used to. The good news is that the bulk of his recovery is simply lots of rest and plenty of liquids. Most? He was stocking some high shelves when he collapsed. His kneecap broke into several pieces, so they'll be putting some metal pins into his knee. He says he's hoping to get a robot eye as well. That sounds like Dad. They'll be letting him go in a week, but they say that the first stage of recovery will take several weeks, so he won't be able to go back to work for a while. Well, Dad always said he wanted a vacation. We both force a half-hearted laugh at my joke. Part of me regrets even saying it. So far, everything is going smoothly. They say that if he had landed on his head, he wouldn't be so lucky. My stomach started churning. I know Mom's trying to be positive, but knowing how close Dad was to death makes me feel even more ill. I'm calling to see how you're doing. I know this must be hard on you. Me? What about you? Why are you always worrying about me? Because you'll never think to worry about yourself. Mom sighs. I'm sorry, I think you got that from me. I just don't want to make things harder on you, you know? We're your parents. We're supposed to take care of you. No, we're family. We're supposed to take care of each other. I'm not really sure what to say. Mom doesn't seem very sure either. For a few seconds, I lie on the floor listening to the soft buzz of static on the cell phone. Oh, I got a job. Sean. It was just a one-time thing. For a TV show. Well, I don't know if it'll be a TV show yet. The director is the guy who directed Double Agent. You like that show, right? What about your studies? Mom, I'll be fine, I promise. Mom sighs. I've heard that one before. It's the one that says, I think it's a bad idea, but I know I can't stop you. Just don't fall behind on your studies, all right? Promise. I have to get back to your father now. Yeah, tell him I love him. I will, and he loves you too. We both do. Yeah, later, Mom. I love you. I hang up and crawl back into my bed. It's going to be a difficult It's going to be difficult to balance out work and school, but I'll find a way. I look at the weekly planner on my desk. I told my parents I didn't need one, but it looks like it'll come in handy now. Classes are in the morning, homework is for the afternoon. I need both to keep my grades up. I can take a break or explore the town anytime I feel like. Of course, if I have work during any of these time slots, I'll automatically head to work instead. This is going to be an interesting year. Basically, that whole last part was explaining how this little thing is working here. So we've got studying, which increases your grade, which in turn increases your intelligence, which is at 5 at the moment. We've got exercise, which, brings up your fitness level. Blogging brings up your charisma, and work brings up your fashion, and also gives you money. Money is good. We need money. Since we're on John's route, however, all of the guys have 2 stats that you need to get up. Well, every route in this really has 2 stats that you need to get up. Some are a little different from others, but basically the tutor is the kind of the weird one out of all of them. It's kind of strange, but we'll probably maybe get to that, but right now we're just focusing on John. And with John, you need to get your fashion up, so you need to work, and you need to get your exercise up to get the best ending possible. So we're going to just work and work the first 2 days and then exercise the next 2 days. But since apparently Wednesday we have to meet Benny Boy. Alright, so we'll just play this, let this work out. Fatigue is now 2.
I trust by now you've all purchased your necessary texts?
Yes. We did that with Adam.
Remember that it's not enough to merely purchase the book. You'll have to read it for it to have any effect. Remember to go through your things regularly and use them, or you'll find yourself very disappointed.
Professor Koval has a point. I should look through my stuff and make sure I actually use it. That's basically saying that you need to look through your inventory during the weekends and make sure you use the stuff during that time. Anyways, we are meeting Benny Boy now. Benito is already waiting for me when I arrive at the coffee shop.
Sean, over here!
He puts down a deck of cards in his hand to wave at me.
How are you?
I'm fine. He tilts his head and inspects me carefully as I sit down across from him.
You need to get better sleep.
He returns to shuffling his deck of cards idly, stopping occasionally to glance at the top card. I get plenty of sleep.
I didn't say more sleep. I said better sleep. Something's on your mind, and it's keeping you from sleeping well.
There's just a lot going on right now.
Do you want to talk about it?
He checks the top card of the deck and frowns. Probably not the card he was hoping for. I'm not sure how to tell him that I'd rather not talk about it, but he seems to realize that.
It's fine. In your own time. Anyway, did you start that blog like I suggested?
Actually no, but I guess Sean did it anyways. Yeah, but I don't really see how writing a bunch of articles online is going to make money. Well, it's... okay, so Benny Boy, his voice, this line of text is not voiced. That's okay. We'll voice for him. Need to get a rough voice. Well, it's kind of a slow burn kind of sort of thing, but if you keep writing regularly, you'll get more hits. That was horrible. Forgive my horrible voice acting. Ugh.
At this point in time, you really need to just keep writing. The more content you have, the better. Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
Any questions?
What exactly was the job you had for me?
Ah, that.
He pulls out his deck of cards and begins shuffling it again, this time faster than before.
I've got this thing coming up at a fancy hotel. They want me to entertain the guests for a night and see how it goes.
That's great. Congratulations. Benito waves off my congratulations.
It's not as exciting as you think. I offered to work pro bono. I think they were more excited about the prospect of free entertainment than me. I was just wondering if you wanted to be my makeup artist for the show. Looks are everything, after all. I'll still pay you, of course.
Are you sure you need my help? You seem to be doing fine on your own. Benito grimaces.
Drawing on a bit of eyeliner really isn't the same as a professional job. I can't afford to cut any corners on this one.
Well, I'd be happy to help.
Great! It's next Friday night. I'll text you the details later.
Benito hands me a shiny business card embossed with gold script. I think the card costs more than the drinks here. Thank you. I'll see you then. I stand up to leave, but I'm suddenly struck by a question. Hey, can I ask you something?
Anything you want.
Why did you call me here if you could have just texted me about all of this?
I wanted to see how you were doing with my own eyes. You're definitely the kind of girl who would lie and say you're doing okay just to be polite.
Am I really that transparent?
Well, from the look of it, whatever you were worried about isn't as bad as before. I hope things continue to get better.
I think I cut off the I'm glad. I think it's just the little space that they had, like that space of time. I was pretty sure it was done, but then I kind of caught a little bit of him trying to say I'm glad. So I'm sorry I cut that off. Oh well, we'll continue.
See you on Friday.
Yep, see ya, Benny boy. And we have unlocked a new location, Cafe Diem. Come in, buy a drink, and do homework here for a boost in your grade. I thank you. Game? So catchy. Or, you know, just I've played it enough that it's easy to get stuck in your head. Today seems like a good day to go for a jog around campus. I start slowly enjoying the fresh air and the time alone. I turn the corner and see Professor Merida carrying a stack of cardboard boxes. She can barely see over the top of the stack, and it's obvious from her carefully placed steps that whatever she's carrying is heavy. Professor, let me help you with that. I jog up to her and lift one of the boxes from her arms.
Thank you. You look familiar. Are you in one of my classes?
Calculus 1. My name's Sean.
Well, thank you very much, Sean. You didn't have to do this.
I don't mind. I'm trying to get a little exercise in anyway.
Good choice. A lot of first years tend to get caught up in schoolwork or socializing. A good workout is crucial for your health, and it helps to keep you from getting too stressed.
Professor Merida leads me through the front door of the school library. Ugh. She places her box on a nearby table and breathes a sigh of relief.
You can leave that there.
I hoist the box onto the table next to her. Need anything else?
No, that's all I need for now.
What's in all these boxes anyway?
Books, study guides, and other materials for the grad student group study.
That sounds nice. I don't suppose there's anything like that for us underclassmen. That sounded really strange. I don't suppose there's anything like that for us underclassmen. That sounds better, I guess. I don't know.
If you're looking for extra help with your studies, there's a freshman tutoring session in the library every Monday night.
Thanks, I'll check it out. I wave a quick goodbye to Professor Merida and resume my jog around the campus. I open my eyes slowly. The sun's already shining and my alarm clock didn't go off. It must be a Saturday. I stare at the ceiling. I stare at the ceiling. I really don't want to move right now. I'm about to throw the covers back over my head when I hear a knock on the door. I shuffle to the door and peer through the eye hole. The eye hole. Aha!
Morning, Sean. Want to hang out?
I glance at my desk and sigh. I haven't finished my homework yet.
Neither have I. Want to hang out?
Does anyone? I feel like everyone has at least one of these friends where it's just like, I don't care if you have homework, I don't care if you have other work, you're gonna play with me. You're gonna hang out. I don't care. You're gonna hang out, you're gonna play an online game with me, you're gonna do something with me. Just, or you know, maybe a clingy boyfriend or girlfriend. I don't know. I sigh. Figures. Fine. What did you have in mind?
That bookstore we went to the other day is attached to a mall. Interested?
I'm not sure.
School just started, and it's not holiday season yet. I figure traffic will be low. And I thought if we went together, it might be easier on you, since you'd be with someone you know.
Well, that's true. I'll have to explore eventually. I would feel a lot better if you came with me.
Then it's settled. Whoa, this place is huge!
Alright, looking at this background, I like the little bush. And then there's brain and puzzles. Is there... I can't see behind you, Adam. I'm wondering if there's a store name behind you that I can't see at the moment. It's been a while since I've played this, actually, so I'm kind of like looking at stuff. I've never been to a mall with 2 floors before. Adam and I stare at the mall's spacious interior with awestruck wonder.
Everything is so shiny!
And huge. People push past us, ignoring the gaping mouths and wide-eyed expressions of the 2 island kids. Yes, they're killers. That's... that sounds interesting. That's not this type of game, I swear. But, you know, 2 island kids. I feel like an idiot, but Adam doesn't seem to mind in the slightest.
This is going to be great.
The 2 of us make our way through the mall, walking slowly from one store to the next. In the brightly lit store windows, skinny mannequins show off the latest fashions. I stop to inspect one. Its neck is laden down with several necklaces, strung up with large beads. How on earth could someone wear that much jewelry? Wouldn't your neck hurt? Adam crosses his arms and ponders the question.
Maybe she works out.
I don't think that's it.
It was worth a guess.
It doesn't seem like you were trying that hard.
So?
No way! Are you Adam Eaton?
A girl rushes up to us, an excited glint in her eye.
Sure am.
I am such a big fan. You know, I was following you on Facebook long before you released Late Sleeper.
Cool. I'm glad you like my stuff.
The girl reaches into her purse and digs around, looking for something.
I don't want to be too annoying or anything, but if I could get an autograph, that would totally make my life.
It would totally make your life. I don't know. I'm one of those people where it's just like, you're a famous person, that's cool. I'll just, I don't know, hi. Although, maybe there's... I'm trying to think of any type of celebrity that I would do something like that with. And I'm having a hard time. I'm thinking of maybe an artist. I would probably, like, hyperventilate if I met a certain artist. But, you know, we'll just continue on. Adam laughs and waits patiently for her to find her pen. I can see a few other people looking at us now.
Hey, can I get an autograph too?
Looks like Adam's attracted a lot of attention. Again. I take a few paces back and duck into one of the clothing stores. I'd rather be out of the way when the flood of fans comes. Unfortunately, in my eagerness to avoid the crowd, I back straight into someone else. Oh, sorry. I spin around and come face to face with Matthew, the very skittish model, furtively ducking behind a rack of clothing. Oh, hi, Matthew, right?
Huh?
Matthew stares at me, and for a moment I see panic flash in his eyes.
You're that girl from the studio.
Sean.
Sean, right.
He stares at the ground and shuffles his feet back. Yes. His feet back and forth.
Sorry again about all that, you know.
It's forgiven. He's still not making eye contact with me. In fact, he keeps glancing over my shoulder as if he's expecting to see someone. Is everything alright?
Yeah, I'm just, hiding.
You seem to be making a habit out of it. His face turns a pale shade of pink.
I'm not trying.
How should I respond? The nice option is to ask who he's hiding from, but I'm gonna drag him out of hiding because, you know, for fun's sake. Well, hiding isn't going to do you any good, Sean. If... How would you feel if the same thing happened to you? That's just my question here. I grab his sleeve and gently pull him out from behind the rack of clothes. Just do what you have to do before...
Oh my gosh.
Before he's even fully visible, a teenage girl approaches him.
Aren't you that model for the Golden Court campaign?
I am.
Oh boy, he suddenly got serious. His voice is suddenly much deeper. Breathy. Or breathy? Breathy. It's breathy. The girl's face flushes pink for a moment. Is she blushing?
You know, I'm a model too.
Is that you, Ao? I think that's you. I could be wrong, but I think that's you. She reaches into her purse and pulls out a glossy photo of herself.
Here's my Z card. Do you think you could maybe pass this along to the people at Midnight Cosmetics?
I'm not an agent.
But they'll listen to you, right? I mean, you're the Golden Prince. I'm sure they wouldn't mind just this once.
Leave me alone. I don't want to ask you a second time.
Matthew sounds almost sinister. The girl nods, breathless, before ducking away. Ducking away before tucking away her photo.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hopefully we can work together sometime.
She hurries off, stopping once to glance over her shoulder. If I didn't know any better, I'd think she was developing a bit of a crush on Matthew. As soon as she leaves, Matthew lets out a sigh of relief. What was that all about?
A lot of people think I can get them work because I'm a model. They keep giving me their comp cards as if I can actually do something about it.
No, I meant all that deep voice whispery stuff.
Oh, that. I get nervous around strangers, so I kind of snap into work mode.
It sounds more like you're flirting.
I don't mean to, it just happens.
But you don't talk like that with me.
Well, you're different.
How so?
You're not asking me for anything.
Girls aren't always asking for stuff, you know. How many girls have you even met? Matthew silently counts out his fingers and stops at 2. That's... Good job, Matthew. Really? Well, 2 really isn't a good sample size now, is it?
Maddie! There you are.
A girl with silken locks and perfect skin bounds up to us and quickly entwines her arm around Matthew's. Hi! Hi, random girl that I know. She carries herself with the grace of precision of a trained model, but she's a lot shorter than all. Yes, gibberish. But she's a lot shorter than other models I've seen.
Hey!
She pouts, showing off her perfectly full lips.
Where have you been? I was looking all over for you. And who's this?
She turns to look at me and flashes a winning smile. The smile doesn't extend past her perfectly aligned teeth, and everything about her body language is telling me to back away. Sean, I'm just a stranger, I guess.
Well, my name's Nicole. If you're talking to Maddie, I'm sure you recognize me too.
No? She looks horrified.
But I'm the Golden Princess.
I look back into the store and see a row of posters in the back featuring Matthew and Nicole chained together with delicate strands of gold. The two of them stare seductively at one another. who at anyone. Okay, not at one another. That would be really creepy, actually. Oh, that would be super creepy. Okay, the two of them stare seductively at anyone who walks by, their intense gazes promising luxury and beauty for anyone who can afford it. Seeing them in person is kind of surreal. I don't think I'll ever understand marketing.
When we met on set, it was love at first sight.
Nicole, no, just stop right there. I don't care.
He was my prince in the photo shoot, and now he's my prince in real life too.
I beg to differ. Matthew is clearly uncomfortable, but Nicole nestles her head against his arm with a contented giggle. Giggle. She gives his arm a tug and drags him towards the exit. Obviously, I'm getting tongue-tied at this point. I'm gonna die.
Come on, honey, let's get going.
Bye!
Bye, Matthew. Matthew begins to wave goodbye, but Nicole cuts his farewell short and drags him away. A girlfriend? Really? That was the last thing I expected from Matthew. Well, yeah. Nicole's shorter than I'd expect for a model, but her hair and face are a perfect match for Matthew's. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder if she got the job because she matches him. I
Hey.
don't think so. Hey, Adam. Oh, hey.
I thought I lost you. Where'd you go?
Just in here. I didn't want to be in the way.
Sorry about that. That was the opposite of what I wanted for today. I didn't think anyone would recognize me.
I'm not sure you can afford to think that way anymore.
I know. It's just weird, you know? It hasn't really fully set in yet. Sometimes when I wake up, I wonder why I can't hear the ocean. Then I remember that I'm not home anymore.
For a moment, I see a bit of melancholy behind his normal, cheerful exterior. He's been working so hard this past year. He hasn't really had a chance to take a break or come to terms with his new life. Adam sighs and shakes his head.
I guess it's just something I'll have to get used to. Let's get back to exploring, yeah?
Sure. Adam and I resume our stroll through the mall, but nothing else catches our attention.
Well, that's enough for today, I guess. Back to campus?
Back to campus. Adam drops me off at my room. Thanks for today.
No problem. I had fun.
Don't forget you have that photo shoot next Tuesday.
What? Oh, right. Yeah, thanks.
Anytime. And you have unlocked a new location, Steel City Mall. Come on in and see all of our shops. That's lovely. Anyways, so I guess we'll stop this episode right here since it is past 30 minutes. Hopefully you don't mind watching this type of video. But next time we'll just continue on and see how the story goes. Yeah. Bye.